you want to earn some extra cash, and you've heard of DoorDash and Postmates and Uber Eats and so on, but you don't know if it's really for you, how it works, how much money it actually makes, and you might not even be so fond of driving. Well, that was exactly me, but I did it anyways. I started it 4 days ago, and I'm gonna take you along how it went for me, some pros and cons. Stay tuned and keep watching. I'm DoorDashing for the first time. I signed up last night at like 1:30 a.m. or today at 1:30 a.m. I didn't think it was gonna go this quickly, the whole background check, whatever. I just delivered my first order here for $6, but it was a quick one, so that was fine. It was very close to home. Now I guess I'm driving into a hotspot. This is actually a Postmates one. Kevin did that at the beginning of the pandemic when his restaurant shut down. DoorDash is supposed to be better. Let's find out. So I just got done. I made $38 in 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's okay. It's not great. Right now is Sunday at 1:40. I don't know if that's good. Probably. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll go out tonight again and see how that goes. I'll see you then. Time for the night shift. It's about 5:20, 5:15, something like that. I wanted to start at 6, but it is very busy here right now, so I'm just gonna start now. And then I'm gonna go up a little north out of my comfort zone because there is a $3 bonus per trip tonight. So yeah, let's see what this will bring.
Head west toward Aurora Avenue North.
It started out great. The second of my orders brought me up north. But then once I got there, it was just not busy at all. So I canceled that and then I scheduled myself for the main area. I had some orders. I was cherry picking a bit, maybe a bit too much. There was supposed to be a hotspot, but then I came here and yeah, there was one order which would take me like all the way somewhere else, and I didn't want that. And then I didn't have anything after that, and I just didn't want to drive all the way to the hotspots here. There's another thing that is annoying about this job, especially in Seattle. Streets suck here. I could talk for hours on how much I hate the streets here. Everything's wrong or could be wrong. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't work. It only works if you know this area and the specific streets in this system. Another reason I don't like this is because I don't like driving. I don't like driving in Seattle. The app sucks too. It's not intuitive. Like some things are intuitive, yeah, but then some things are just like, what? I just want to know this, and yeah, sometimes you have to wait for the order. That's kind of normal. I'm just bitching around right now, I know that, but I guess I'll do it. Yeah, that's my 1 day review of DoorDash in Seattle. So I made $75 or so today.
The torture and ecstasy of your restless mind, your teasing potentials yet undefined. My heart it hungers for you.
Off to work. We are starting day 3 of my DoorDash journey. Let's head into lunch hour. Yesterday lunchtime was not that great. The tips were terrible. I feel like in the evenings there's more tips. Let's get going. I'm a little late for my dash. scooter. $11 order, not too far away, which is great too, but now I have to wait 10 minutes until the order is ready. I guess the system was a little early. I don't know how it works, like when they actually notify the dashers to get there, but then it also says pick up by a certain time, and I'm wondering if that's when they're thinking they have it ready earliest, or that they have it ready before that and you have to get it by then before it gets cold. I don't know exactly how it works. We're just gonna wait a little bit. I don't know where to go. Sit. Good boy. I just did my first Uber delivery. $12. I just delivered it and it shows up as $5.50. What the fuck is that? I don't get it. Not a fan. Turns out Uber Eats tips come in later. I guess every app is a little bit different, so don't be alarmed. It kind of makes more sense like that, right? That you get the tip after the customer received the service. With DoorDash, the customer puts in the tip before the service, which that might be the reason why they might be a little hesitant sometimes. It's day number 4. Oh, and never mind. I'm not driving 10 miles for $12, especially if it brings me out of my zone. I'm starting to multi-app. I think that's what people call it. DoorDash and Uber Eats. More options on where to go. So I've done 3.5 days of food delivery with DoorDash. There were 2 little sprinkles of Uber Eats and there 3. Today at lunchtime, 2 hours of driving, about 18 miles, I made $30, which is not great. But that's because of me, because I wanted to be home at a certain time. I did have some good orders coming in when I was just about to head home, and they were like the total opposite direction. I give you some tips to be more successful than I am. Don't be so specific and picky. And I don't mean about like the miles to money ratio. I think with that you should still be picky. You should kind of make sure you have the double amount of money for the amount of miles you drive. I rather mean like location wise, where it brings you. That's the main reason why I didn't take some deliveries. It would make me go downtown, and I'm fucking terrified of Seattle downtown driving there. But that's just me, and that's just Seattle. Like, all streets suck. I've already covered that. But like going downtown, where do you park? I don't know, it's super stressful. Maybe at some point I will do it just to be more open. It really depends on your market. Pick a good area, maybe venture out. But then again, with DoorDash specifically, you have to schedule your shift in a specific zone. When you're out of that zone, you don't get deliveries out of that zone. Keep that in mind. That's why it's important to be a little more specific, but also to multi-app. I would not just do DoorDash or just do Uber. I would do both, for sure. Uber works everywhere. You don't have to schedule with Uber. So it's a nice backup to have. I don't know if I would rely just on Uber. I feel like the deliveries, at least here in Seattle, they're way more frequent with DoorDash. If you're doing multi-apping, pause the one that you're not using at the moment, especially for DoorDash. DoorDash gives you shit if you don't take the orders. It's like, oh, if you decline this, your acceptance rate goes down to do. And if you don't react to it, it's gonna send you a notification. Some people, you know, they take an order from DoorDash and then they take one from Uber Eats if it's in a similar space, going to a similar area. Yeah, you could do that. I'm not ready for that yet. I might be at some point. As far as apps go, the whole interface for the driver, I definitely prefer DoorDash. With DoorDash, it gives you the time when you can pick up things and when you should have it delivered by. But Uber Eats doesn't tell you any of that. It doesn't tell you any lead times, which is a little bit weird. The good thing is, you get better at driving, if you want it or not. You get better, you get more assertive, you get more comfortable with driving. And that's a good thing for me because I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to driving, but that might just be Seattle. Yeah, you get to know your area. You get to drive streets that you've never been before, and it's just interesting. And of course the money. It's literally instant cash. I signed up at night and the next morning I was ready to go with DoorDash. Uber Eats took 2 days. I did around like 20 an hour, which is great. Of course, the whole car thing and taxes, we'll talk about that later. Coming right into the bed, nothing is guaranteed. You never know how an evening is gonna go. It can go super crazy, super good. Today, my lunchtime was bad. I consider that bad because $15 is minimum wage here. You cannot guarantee it, right? Before that, the customer gave me like an $8 tip or something like that. That was insane.
Or you get an order from a McDonald's with a super long drive-through lane, and that's the only way to get to your food, and then you have to cancel it. Or there's a construction zone, then you have to park somewhere else, and then you have to walk all the way there, and it's like this huge office building, and then you get 0 tip.
It really depends on where you live, your market. Is it busy? Is there bonus pay? Is there like peak pay? So in Seattle, luckily, everything has a Seattle premium pay. DoorDash and Uber Eats both have the same $2.50 premium pay for, I don't know how far it extends. Promo bonus pay things are always on top of that. So it could be anywhere from $1 to $3 or so. It really depends. If you might not get like this bonus pay, peak pay, whatever, but it's like easy to get around and quick to get around, and you know, you don't like have to worry about parking wherever you go. That's really nice too, especially when you're a little driving and parking anxious like me. Car wear and tear. If you have a newer car, that might be really an issue for you, and if you don't want to put miles on it or so, you have a shitty car. 2001. Just had his 21st birthday. A dirty.
I've been so many places.
The miles are not too bad actually. It is very loud. it's not worth much as it is. So we don't really care about this car that much, but definitely keep that in mind. When tax season comes, you definitely should make sure to track all your miles and all your gas expenses. Just keep the receipts, I guess. But then also I would definitely recommend you to use Gridwise. It's an app that basically tracks all your gig driving things. You could also use it for Instacart, for regular Uber and Lyft, Grubhub, all the things. It basically syncs with your account. You just have to make sure to like turn on the tracking, and per mile you get 58 cents as tax deduction at the end of the year. So that sounds pretty good. It kind of evens out a little bit, at least for us, since we have a shitty car. But yeah, so that's it. I hope this video was helpful for you. I might do like a follow-up video of more tips that I have accumulated over time. I would just do it. If you need instant cash, do it. Bye.